Hello everyone, hope you're doing good, safe and sound. Welcome back to my channel. Hi, I'm Manpreet Hanspal. I'm an architect and urban designer. I know it's been over a week that I've put a long format video on my YouTube channel. I've put like 2 reels regarding house design, but today we are going to discuss it in detail. So, planning to build a home, and in today's time, trust me, it's not easy because the cost of materials and cost of labor, everything is just going over the head, and it's really manageable for few people, and few people are trying to pull up their socks. But at the same time, there are few things that everyone discuss, but there are few things that you never consider when you are consulting an architect or any designer you are willing to work with. So I think you should consider the cost of living and have a chat with your architect about it. No, I'm not talking about the cost of construction or the labor. I'm talking about the cost of that house and the maintenance after you move in. Never heard about it? Yes, it's a very important factor because when you move into that particular space, it can be a multi-family house or your single family home or any studio space that you're moving into. But one thing is really important is the cost of livability. Yes, and how can you really reduce it? Yes, come to terms with the fact that okay, we are building a space which is going to be low on maintenance and high on durability and quality. So, first things first, go for eco-friendly houses. Yes, many people are talking about it. There's so many debates going on different platforms about eco houses, but there are very few people who are actually paying attention to it and considering it while getting it designed with their professionals and architects or anyone you are consulting. Maybe it can be your labor also. You need to guide them as well with the drawings. So what is eco-friendly house? House which is in consideration to your exterior environment, the weather you are located in, what kind of climate and seasons you undergo, and how is the material actually behaving with the external temperature. So at the same time, I'm starting this series called Eco Houses, and we are going to go over and over like 100 houses. Every day I'm going to discuss 2 techniques which can help you go for your eco house and cut down on the cost of livability when you move in and starts post your move in. And at the same time, I'm going to discuss one eco house every time we go for this series. So let's go for the technique. First thing is always go for vernacular materials. So many people talk about it. You may be knowing what it is. For those who are not aware of the term, vernacular architecture is when you use the locally available material and you're not planning to get your materials imported from different states or even abroad, because first you are adding the transportation cost and you're adding carbon dioxide emissions. Too heavy? No, carbon dioxide emissions are not something very alien. You are actually adding so many pollutants in the environment. At the same time, you are enhancing and increasing your cost of construction, which is not a good idea. So go for vernacular materials because those materials are going to change and behave as per the local climate. So you're going to cut down on the adequate and excessive heating and cooling techniques required when you move in, because the local material is going to be in synchronization with the climate, and that's going to maintain your thermal comfort. Okay, what is thermal comfort? Thermal comfort is when the interiors of the house or any space that you're building are actually favorable and in synchronization with the exterior environment, and when you are sitting inside that space, the comfort, that is the thermal comfort, which includes the soft surfaces and as well the hard surfaces, the temperature that is maintained by those soft and hard surfaces are actually favorable, and you can really feel that you're comforted in the house in comparison to the exterior environment and exterior temperature. And in summers you do not need excessive cooling techniques, and in winters you can really go without using tons of heaters, and you can save on your electricity bills by this. Secondly, if you're living in a space which has really hot and humid temperature, then go for water bodies added in the house. Maybe a small swimming pool, or just a little bit of artificial waterfall in the house, or any water body that can help in evaporation of the water, and that's going to maintain the temperature in the day, and especially in the night when the wind is going to touch that water body and flow around your structure. It's going to maintain the thermal temperature of interiors and exteriors as well, because cooler walls make the cool houses. And third, we are going to discuss one eco house today. So there is an eco house called Desert Flight located in Arizona, USA, and you can Google the architect. It's built by architect Brent Candle, and amazing design where they have opted for eaves around the roof. So eaves are like those surfaces taking the flight like aeroplanes, and they are designed just to control the sun exposure. So that is our third technique. While discussing an eco house, I'm also telling you a third technique, that building eaves around your roofs. Maybe you have a gable roof or even a flat roof, but if you're making eaves around your flat roofs or gable roofs, it can help you control the sun exposure, and at the same time the sun rays are going to be revolving around your house, but in a controlled manner, so you can really have a very desirable exposure in any room which is oriented towards the sun in the afternoon and then during the sunset. And by this technique you can avoid excessive heating of your rooms if you're going for bigger windows in the elevation and your house is somehow oriented towards the northeast, where you have sun right from the sunrise in the morning, and in the noon it's going to be full exposure. Then you can go for these eaves and you can have a controlled exposure of sun rays inside your house, and that is going to maintain the thermal comfort. So please consider these techniques while you're designing your space, or you're getting it designed from the professional and you're planning to make your dream home. I hope it helps. So I will be introducing more and more eco houses and the eco housing techniques, building techniques, so that you can consider them while you are opting for one, and maybe you get inspired to build one. So yeah, thank you.